Today I'm going to be making a crispy tofu vegetable with a peanut sauce. I'm going to be making it with some broccoli, some bell pepper, a little bit of green onions, some cilantro, some extra firm tofu. But the first thing I need to do is to get started on my rice because it always takes some time. I'm going to be using some brown rice today. So I've got 1 cup of brown rice, and then I've got 2 cups of water. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this going. Probably be about 45 minutes. Okay, so I've cut up the broccoli and the red peppers. I'm going to go ahead and arrange it on my baking rack once again. Okay, so I've been replacing the paper towel all along just to kind of dry out some of this tofu, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it up right now. So I like to cut it up into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the tofu in this bowl. All right, so I got a couple tablespoons of tamari sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and just drizzle this over the tofu and then just kind of work them in. Try not to break them too much. Then I've got about 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. Go ahead and put that in there. And then we're just going to kind of lightly coat them and start arranging them on my baking rack. Okay, I'll add a little bit more. I've got another couple tablespoons of cornstarch and just keep going. So I've coated my tofu with a little bit of cornstarch, and as you can see, the white is now absorbed into the tamari. So I preheated my oven at 400 degrees, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there for about 25 minutes. Okay, so the veggies and the tofu are in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some of the garnish. So this is my cilantro. That should be about good. We'll go ahead and put this in a bowl. And some green onions. I'm gonna use the other half of the green onions for another meal. Okay, so now it's time to make my peanut sauce, and it's really quite simple. I've got 3 tablespoons of reduced peanut butter, a couple tablespoons of tamari, but you can also use soy, whatever, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 cup of vegetable broth. So let's go ahead and mix these all together. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of tamari, and then, of course, the peanut butter. You have to be a little patient. You just got to break down that peanut butter, but eventually it starts to turn into a nice peanut sauce. Okay, so I've got it partially mixed up a little bit. We'll go ahead and transfer it into a saucepan. And we'll put this on low. Let's just keep warming it up and stirring it. Okay, so the peanut butter is starting to break down, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep stirring it with the heat. Yeah, this is coming along real nice. Now, if you're short on time, you can always use a half a cup of broth instead of a full cup, But I like to use a little bit of that heat and just reduce it down. It just has a nice rich taste to it. All right, so I've just taken my veggies and my tofu out of the oven, and it looks nice. We got a little bit of the crispness on the tofu, so let's go ahead and put some on my plate here. Put some broccoli on there. And then some of these roasted bell peppers. Of course, we'll get some peanut sauce in there. A little bit of garnish on there. Can't wait to check this out. Let's get a little bit of the pepper. Some rice in there. That is so good. It's got a little bit of crunch. So good.